Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Kingdom Death Monster 1.5. So, we have returned. So, we have a Tinker and Matchmaker with Yuka. Ringo is a Tinker. Tsukume is a Tinker, and Shikiaki is a Tinker. So, we're going to get 4 for survivors. Also, I have not named the new characters yet. I will probably just wait until... I'll probably do it after this session, to be honest. I completely forgot to do it. So my survivor list is jam-packed with all these newbies that I need to update. 4 for Tinkers, and I believe we have, 30 people? At least? Yeah, we should have 30, because I haven't updated this yet. Easy enough way to check is by counting, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Yep, that sounds about right. 33, and then... and one unnamed. So it should be 30... 34. Yep, that sounds about right. There's 28 here, and then there's 6 newbies, so that we're up to 34, which means Collective Toil is going to give us another 3 endeavors, and then we're going to get another year going here. So, our newest year, I believe this is year 20 now. We have Watched, Hooded Knight. So, what order is this done in? Okay, settlement event first. So, top card goes away, boop, and shuffle. We'll put away all this while we're at it. I have, as you can tell, I literally stopped and started recording, so shuffle one more time. Haunted. The survivor with the lowest hunt experience, choose in case of tie, is convinced a powerful presence is nearby. Roll 1d10. There's a huge... Is it a roll-off? Oh, choose in case of tie. Alright, so I have to pick someone, but first, 1d10. 1! Survivor's panic and zealously preach. No one... Okay, so we have to exile somebody. Nothing new there. Let's exile... Let's exile the unnamed survivor. I think we'll just do that. So, exiled. So now we have no unnames. Okay. We do get 1 additional endeavor, because that does count as a kill. And we have Graves. Yeah. Honestly, that's probably the best result. Alright, so we'll add a... So we have 12 endeavors now. Now we gotta do the story events. I will go based off my book here, but I do believe we have an image for this one. So, Watched is down here. Here it is. Alright, so... Watched is down here. Dark spots spread across the lantern horde. A nervous hush falls over the settlement. Slowly, the most daring survivors peer past the darkened lanterns, venturing beneath them into a vast chamber, unknown and undreamed of. Slumbering in the center of the chamber, the survivors can feel a presence of immense danger. Their ultimate predator would soon wake, extinguishing the lantern light that holds the endless darkness at bay. Starting with this settlement phase, the survivors may awaken and face the sleeping menace. You may move the Nemesis Encounter Watcher to the current Lantern year. You cannot move it to a year that already has a Nemesis Encounter on the timeline. The settlements have a different response to discovery based on their conviction. We are barbaric. So the survivors decide they must craft the perfect weapon to prepare themselves. Gain the ultimate weapon innovation. This does not count towards your settlement innovation total. Nominate a survivor and roll 1d10. Alright, so we have to nominate a survivor for this. We'll pick Yuka. There's no real threat of death for this one. If you have a romantic response, you would have gotten the final fighting art instead. So real quick, let's pull up that new innovation. So the final fighting art would have been this one, which is Survival Element +1. Once per showdown, you may select a card from the discard pile or wound stack and place it on top of the AI deck. That's kind of interesting. So you can kind of manipulate the AI deck, I guess. And you can manipulate wounds as well. That's kind of neat. And then this one is, when you defeat a monster, gain one monster resource of your choice from its resource deck. This is amazing. And +1 survival limit as well. So, ultimate weapon. I'm just going to put it with the principal since it technically doesn't count towards innovations. Okay. And that will give us a survival limit of 9. Alright. And then I'll roll 1d10 for the nominated character, which will be Yuka. 10. The survivor silently decides they are the true hero. They gain +10 insanity in the Quixotic disorder. So, I'll bring her up to 14. And she gets Quixotic. If you are romantic instead, you would have gotten the +1 permanent strength in the immortal disorder. So romantic tends to get you a little bit better there. Though the romantic benefit itself is usually not that great. So at any time, we can actually go, at any settlement phase that doesn't have a nemesis encounter, we can actually fight the Watcher now if we want to. The Watcher is a little bit different now. So its life is 15. The Watcher starts with 15 life points. That's not been changed. Its toughness is equal to the current lantern year on the settlement record sheet. And if the settlement has records, the monster gains +2 toughness, which I'm pretty sure we don't have records yet. We do not have records, so we don't need to worry about that. Other things to note, of course, it has audience, lantern vortex, and all that good stuff. I think it's been slightly changed, but I don't remember exactly how it works. Alright, and yeah, Orpulation. I don't even know what this is. Oh, it's a status effect, that's right. Okay, well, that takes care of that. We'll go ahead and turn this and rotate it to where it needs to be. There is one other story event that we need to deal with. That is the Hooded Knight. So let's go ahead and bring that up. Komachi gets to try to prove her worth again. We could have potentially gotten Hands of Heat as an event if we had rolled lower, but I'm not too worried about it. Alright, so let's bring up Komachi real quick. Don't know why I did that. There we go. Continue. She is currently Twilight Sword 4. So 1d10 plus 4. 11. Gain 2 levels of weapon proficiency, +1 insanity, +1 survival. The knight has unfinished business. So this will bring Komachi to 6 Twilight Sword proficiency, and +1 insanity, +1 survival. So at 6... At 6, the Twilight Sword gains Deadly, so now it gets +1 luck, essentially. So at this point, it has pretty much everything you possibly need, and we're just short of Mastery, which is good. Unfinished business at Hooded Knight 4 years from now. There's no risk. Thanks to this, there is no risk of her... Actually, there is a small risk. On the timeline, it would add Hooded Knight 4 years from now. So that'll be kind of ugly. Alright. We might force the encounter early. have to... There we go. There we go. So yeah, Hood Knight, 4 years from now, we probably want to do this sooner, because if I get that result, if I get an 11 plus again, she's going to depart and leave us, so we don't want that. So we'll need to keep that in mind. We're also running out of time, as you probably have guessed, but we'll deal with that in a bit. So first things first, do we have enough to innovate? Muscle gums for bone, shank bone for, for organ, shank bone for bone, and then a wild card. That's enough to do innovation. Alright, so we'll do innovation. So 4 cards as usual. We don't need to worry about haunted, I don't think. Nope. No other additional effects. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so we have Pictograph, Scarification, and Saga. We'll take Saga. Pretty much all newborn survivors will get +2 Courage, +2 Understanding, and +2 Hunt Experience. So they essentially start out with a level up. They also will, with the additional +1 Understanding from Graves, they also start out with Insight, which is pretty good. So, not too shabby there. We'll go ahead and add Saga to the list. Wow, so many freaking innovations. It's insane. Alright, got all that. Alright, next, I'll go ahead and roll 1d10 for Shrine. Alright, good to go. We've been pretty lucky with the Shrines. So we'll go ahead and tap it to show that we're doing it. And then we'll go ahead and roll for face painting until we get what we want. So we're doing Founder's Eye, 1d10. 4 plus, just barely. So we got that good to go. Uses another innovation. So we're down to 9 left. We'll go ahead and who all has matchmaking? Just Yuka. Alright, so we'll have Yuka do it. Or, well, she's going to do the matchmaking. She's not going to be participating because she can't, for one thing. So, I guess the question is who do we use? We can do Rinazuki and someone else. We're pretty good on guitars. I unfortunately can't really do sword because Yuka is not available. Let's do, oh, actually, we could do Ringo. That'll give enough to at least be specialized in club. So, yeah, we'll do, it's not really very many good options, unfortunately. Let's do Rinazuki. I don't think he's completely broken. So Rinazuki and we'll do Rinazuki and Ren, and we'll just get the axe proficiency. So 2d10, we get +1 to the result. That brings it up to 3. That might just be short. Pretty sure that's short. That is short, so I'll go ahead and use a reroll. I'll use Ren's. So 1d10 +1. And I'll bring it up to 8, which means it's a 7 in total. +1 population, and the male and female survivors get +10 survival. And also, we have an innovated bed, so +1 strength on top of it all. So, that means our newbie, which is going to be apparently whatever this guy is, because I don't know where he came from. Newbie. Axe. Alright. So, the total here, +1 survival, because I'm going to name it eventually. +1 strength for survival of the fittest. +1 evasion for survival of the fittest. +1 strength for barbaric. +1 strength for Clan of the Dead. +1 evasion for Clan of the Dead. +1 accuracy for Clan of the Dead. +1 understanding for Graves. +2 understanding for Saga. +2 brave or courage. And then +2 XP. And +4 axe proficiency. So let's make sure I did that right. Survival fittest, barbaric, clan. Oh, +1 because of bed. So 4 strength. There you go. That is all. That should be correct. I do need to do all the events still. So we'll do age first. 15 on the age event. Probably should have done insight first since that was the page I was closest to. 15 is a random fighting art, and then we'll do insight next. This is during the settlement phase, which means tinker automatically. +1 accuracy, so another +1 accuracy. Tinker. And then shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Fighting arts. Monster Claw style. Your fist and tooth attacks gain +1 accuracy, +1 strength, and savage. I believe savage is whenever you crit, you do an extra damage. Actually, what is savage? I think that's what savage is. Yes, whenever you critical wound, you do an additional wound. Doesn't work against pervious. So, Monster Claw fighting style. Or Monster Claw style. So if I want to, I can go fist and tooth, but that's probably not a good idea. Alright. So whoever this person is has all of that now. Alright, so +1 population. That does take up an endeavor for the matchmaking, so that takes care of that. Anything else of note that I care about? We have a few organs and a few skulls, but that's about it. I could do some nightmare training. You're maxed out on survival, by the way, because you're the mate in question. Oh, also I did use your reroll, so let's go ahead and remove that. Alright, reroll removed. Alright, good to go. So, the question is, Ringo has no survival left, so we can't use any of them for nightmare training if we're going to do it. Can't really do anything with pottery. Oh, actually, we can do love juice with pottery. So we'll do that. So we'll do another one. Same people. So we'll get rid of the beefsteak, get a love juice. It does take an endeavor to do that by itself, so we'll do that. Alright, so 2d10. Alright, and you get +1 to the results, 5, which is, I think, just +1 population. I don't think it's anything special. Yep, just +1 population. So, for that one, we'll make a copy of you. Duplicate. Save changes. I do need to roll, though. Let's see what you get instead. So this time around, edit. Get rid of that 1 extra accuracy. Get rid of that extra strength because we didn't get bed that time. Get rid of tinker. And all of that. Alright, now we roll. 2d10 for the age. 13, that's a fighting art. I don't even need to look it up. And then 1d10 for insight, which is 5. +1 endeavor for that settlement phase. Okay, so we'll get the fighting art next. Strategist. I used to get this a lot, very often, and now lately I just never get it. So this is kind of a nice one to get. During the showdown setup, after placing terrain, you may add a giant stone face or a topple pillar terrain to the showdown board. So usually what you do is you get the giant stone face and put your archer on it. It's really nice. Alright, so strategist and tinker. Alright, that should be it for you. You're good to go. Alright, so we got a endeavor back, so we'll put that back. So we're back up to 8, and we still have plenty to work with. We can go ahead and get this fresh acanthus and convert it over. We can convert it either to a hide or we can use it as a dried acanthus, and we need dried acanthus because we're pretty much out of those. So copy and paste. So dried acanthus is back. Good and going. Alright. Besides that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to mess around with. Yeah, Ringo's not yet master of club yet, and I can't use the nightmare training because no survival. I can send people to do scrap scavenge, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Because I need iron. I desperately need iron. Like, there's no fooling. I need so much iron right now if I want to actually finish the lantern set in time. I mean, that's kind of my goal, is to at least get the lantern set done. Also, with the greatest weapon, or whatever it's called, we can now potentially make... Nope, never mind. I was getting... For some reason, I thought you could make something different, but it might be in the Phoenix thing, which we didn't even bother fighting a Phoenix, and I don't intend on ever fighting one. So, I'm just kind of going over... Never mess with whips, and I don't intend to do that. Yeah, I think it's just going to be a bunch of scrap scavenges. We have 8 things. I do need to figure out who I'm going to send for the next hunt, so I might save a few endeavors and kind of go from there. So, for simplicity's sake, who is... I mean, Komachi, you technically have survival. So I will send... You're not really an option, though. Have I not sent anyone else? Apparently not. Okay. Yugi might be my next swords person. So we'll send her first. So roll 1d10 for scrap scavenge. 10. 10 is +1 courage, long walk. So we'll give her +1 courage. Save changes. Okay, that's 1 endeavor. Let's do it again. 1d10. 5. Spend 1 survival or die. So there goes her survival. Okay. Not going to reroll. Don't need to. So that takes care of Yugi. Now we're down to 6 endeavors left. I'll probably save 4 of them, just in case I need to give people insanity to deal with the antelope. We'll send... how's Yorihime doing? +6 survival for Sega here. So, you know what? I'm going to send Sega. So, 1d10, 1d10. Alright, so that's 2 8+s. That gives you 1 broken lantern resource each. And I'm actually going to do 1 more for the road. That's a 3rd one. Okay, so we got 3 broken lantern resources. If I want to, I can do some smelting to convert it into an iron. I have 3 endeavors left, and I think I will keep it that way for now. So let's go ahead and add this scrap. So that's enough to make 1 iron. Yeah, the iron's going to be the big part here. We should be able to get the rest of the stuff pretty easily, especially since we're going to get additional drops thanks to the ultimate weapon. Also, we're going to get additional drops because we're going to have someone that's carrying the freaking scavenger kit, which will also help. So we'll be in some good shape there. All right, so I think that is it. Sorry if I'm a little all over the place. I've been recording a lot today. Yeah, I have a lot of organizing I need to do, like moving stuff around. I also need to name like 7 billion people. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 8 people need to be named. Our population is right now 35, which is fantastic. That will hopefully help for the final fight. I'll try to look up some stuff about the Watcher fight because I was definitely very confused about it the first time I ever did it. We'll see how it goes. But until then, I am the Depressed Hero, and this was Kingdom Death Monster 1.5. See you guys next time.